You must die. I alone am best.
Hey everybody, Jim here in Akihabara right now, doing some game hunting and running some other errands today. But while I'm here, I figured we could take a stop in at Tamashii Nations and have a look at some of their figure displays and other things they got going on right now. So let's check it out. This place is always fun to have a look around in. Let's do it. Alright, a nice little tour of Tamashii Nations, looking at this katana sword, and some little figures for Kimetsu no Yaiba, aka Demon Slayer, which I'm aware is super popular now. I actually have not seen or read any Kimetsu no Yaiba, though I see a lot of my students with it, and also some of my fellow teachers have told me they enjoyed quite a bit. I liked this display a lot. I could easily imagine Bardock getting drunk at a dinner table, so that's fun. We got some Pac-Man and even Kaneda's bike from Akira, perhaps the most cherished of all of the anime motorcycles. Are there a lot of anime motorcycles? I don't know, but we have quite a lot of Gundam here, which is nice. These displays are always great. That makes this place my favorite. And more Kimetsu no Yaiba. Again, interesting looking show. I just have not taken the time to check it out. And even a little bit of Chibi Sailor Moon, as we have some Super Saiyan Blue Goku in all of his prominence there. Yeah, this is my favorite of the figure shops in Akiba, just because I don't really buy figures, but I do enjoy looking at them, and so a nice display is always appreciated as we take a look at some very cool one-piece figures. And if there's anything this shop gets right, it's displays. So I do like to come in here every once in a while and just peruse and do a bit of window shopping. It's more like being in a museum for me as we look at some of these Ultramen. I guess Ultraman Zero's in there somewhere. My good friend Eric, the voice of Ultraman Zero at this point. So we got some NX Edge style. Not 100% sure what that is, if I'm being completely honest. Has sort of an SD Gundam kind of look to it, and Star Wars, something I'm fairly familiar with. As we have some R2 and things. Well, I'll say I'm more familiar with old school Star Wars, and hey, there's a Samurai Wolverine in there. Because why not? I don't recall him being in Star Wars, but that's okay. But we got some Mandalorians, Darth Vader. Actually, I will say I do like The Mandalorian. I only watched the first season, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. But I'm more of an old school Star Wars fan myself. Even though I don't hate the newer ones, but it's just not as interesting for me. And we got Marvel. Again, Marvel is something that I grew up loving, and I've seen most of the Marvel movies and Netflix shows. And, you know, gotta love those classic Marvel character designs. And we got some Evangelion. Cool stuff in the box here. It wasn't on display, but we do have some more of these great Gundams on display. Lots and lots of Gundam here, as well as Kamen Rider. I wonder if I know anyone who voices any Kamen Rider. I don't suppose I do. But there's just seemingly no end to all of the different variants on Kamen Rider. Very awesome. We got some very great Street Fighter figures as well, other nice things, and then just a whole bunch of Sailor Moon for all of you who just can't get enough Sailor Scouts. Some little mini Evangelion figures and things like that, and even some promos for some more Gundam figures. This place was Gundammed out, but this one, what was that? The Z Gundam? I don't know. I'm not exactly the expert on Gundam, but I do like my mecha anime. Back in those Toonami days, watching some good old Gundam Wing and Stardust Memory, things like that. But there's no denying the appeal of mecha. Some of this more classic stuff. We've got some Space Battleship Yamato in there, some of the older Gundam big ships, so that's cool. Even a little bit of Macross. That's always nice to see. Talking about old school. And we got some of these very cool Macross Valkyrie figures. I wonder, are they models or are they just transformable figures? Either way, they look awesome. Oh, what would a figure shop be with that little Hello Kitty Mazinger? Mazinger remains something that's prominent, even though, has there been a Mazinger series in the past, what, I don't know, however many years? And more Gundam. Imagine that. Surprise, surprise. More Gundam in Tamashii Nations. Because who could ever get enough Gundam? I don't know. Maybe not me. I mean, it's been a while since I've watched any Gundam. Tachikoma's Ghost in the Shell. Now that's more my speed. Very much the old school Ghost in the Shell fan right here. And some more Evangelion. More Gundam. Because, again, how could you ever get enough of that? This, I thought was an... Hey, there I am. Hello. This I thought was especially cool. A bunch of people working on a Gundam. Almost more like a little diorama than a figure. Which is especially cool. I think these are Wataru. I think if you recall the TurboGrafx game Keith Courage in Alpha Zones, I believe that's what that's taken from. And we have some of these DBZ figures, which I would have loved back in the day. We got some Goku and Bardock, Frieza. I used to buy all those DBZ figures that would come out. Who was it? Toy Biz that released those back in the day? I used to have a few of those. We got some Detective Conan, which is a great series, very long running, even a little Nintendo, Doraemon, stuff like that. Yeah, Detective Conan. How long is he... How long is it feasible for him to be a little boy? You think eventually somebody would get wise, or he'd, you know, make a major attempt to not, you know, be stuck as a kid again. And then we have, again, another very cool figure display of just some of these really great Dragon Ball figures. Dragon Ball, just the character designs, their attacks and skill, all these things. It just seems like it's something that was made to be figurized. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the tour of Tamashii Nations, and come back for the next video. Take care, or goodbye.